You're listening to the Heated Bros podcast with your hosts, Casey Reeves and Joseph Ramos.
Let's see you been like that.
I could do better than she could, yeah. That took real yoga.
All right, let's see it.
Baby shark. Did we got to hit record, did we? Oh, you did. Good job.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Microphone. Check up.
All right. I think we're good.
Okay.
And welcome back
It's
to
been
1 week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks off. We had a 2-week vacation to the Heated Bros podcast. I'm your host, Casey, followed by...
Joe.
And Alex.
Yeah, we're back. And good thing a lot of stuff happened while we were gone. I was worried we'd come back and it'd be like, oh, look, Star Wars is still in the news.
Fuck you, it's January.
Right? Because January either is like jam-packed full of tech news or it's dead.
Well, CES.
Yeah, that always happens. But this year they had some cars a lot lately. They had Sony reveal a car.
Yeah, Sony's electric car.
Yeah. All I want to know is, does it come with like a PlayStation built in so I can like play games?
Yeah, it's a rolling PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
That's the new
That's
design.
the new PlayStation 5. It's just the car. Straight up, when you want to play games, you go in there. I'd be down.
Gran Turismo.
Climate control.
Yeah. I wouldn't lie. I'd be down. Just because then when you play video games, you can be like, you're getting yelled at, be like, I'm going to go drive away somewhere else. And then you can pull out and start playing your PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it's got self-driving. It's got sensors and LiDAR and radar and all that crazy stuff. And also, it's fucking got a PlayStation, probably.
Probably. Would not surprise me.
But it's self-driving, so they probably have entertainment built in as well because it's got a huge screen on it.
Dude, it was like fucking TV looking size.
Yeah.
Like a good TV
It's a
size.
huge touchscreen.
Let's see. Just trying to see where this... So the PlayStation 5 got its logo revealed, and it's whatever
And
I
it
thought
looks
it would
exactly
look like.
like the PlayStation 4 logo. Instead of a 4, it's a 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't big news. Xbox had that handheld gaming thing that looked like a
No, that was
No, it was Alienware.
Alienware. That's
I
it.
was like, Xbox ain't going in that shit.
But it looks like Xbox.
Yeah.
It's got like Xbox style joysticks.
That's just because Alien was the first big gaming computers and everything. So whenever people are like, oh, we copied something, you pretty much copied it from Steam or them first.
Yeah.
'Cause-
That thing looks pretty cool though.
It's a
They're,
portable.
ripping off Nintendo, apparently. Well, it looks like a
well,
Nintendo ripoff.
Yeah, but it's a PC.
It's a
Yeah,
PC.
it's a PC, but in like the Nintendo Switch form factor.
Right.
I think it's fine only because I think it worked in their benefit. Someone tried suing Nintendo already for that look. And then the government, whatever the judge was like, no, you can't sue for that because you can't own the rights to this one certain look. They're like, it's like a cell phone. You just can't own the rights to just like
Right.
this look.
A rectangle with a screen on it.
So
And controllers on the side.
yeah, it was just like one of those where people were like, they stole from the Switch. I'm like, how else would you build a portable? I'm like, if you go far enough back, then technically they ripped off PSP.
Right.
PSP was first.
Technically, to like throw a wrench in that, like, yes, you can kind of like sue over form factor and stuff. Like, that's why you have patents and licenses to those patents.
Yeah, but there's magnets. All they have to do is just change little things and they'll be fine.
I know.
I don't know much about it.
I don't know.
I think.
But I've heard, from what I've heard from the CES news, is it feels better in the hand than the Switch.
Yeah.
It
It's because they
doesn't-
made it bulky, which I'm kind of liking.
It's big and it like fills up your hand. It doesn't have a dedicated graphics card, but it does have it's CPU based graphics.
Yeah, it's CPU, which is nice.
It keeps it cold. It's got like a heat fan on the back and stuff.
Dude, the thing was gnarly looking. It was like that big.
Yeah.
It's like shit. I was like, that's going to be frying someone's hand if they're playing a long time.
I feel like they're just gonna have like a little stand or something like this, where it has like a little bendy arm that you kind of like cradle it onto. So like it holds the weight, but like you can still play like handheld.
It comes with a little kickstand.
It comes
on
with
the
a
back.
kickstand on the back, unlike Nintendo's.
You gotta-
Nintendo's comes with a kickstand.
Theirs is kind of shitty, man.
Joe's offensed.
I know it's his favorite.
Don't talk shit about Nintendo.
I don't know. I think it's smart because now it's throwing the wrench at Nintendo because they're the only people in that market now because Sony backed out with the PS Vita, which I thought was better than the PS, which was
Nintendo Switch was
better.
Oh, he's watching the video about it.
What is it? I think it's better than the Switch just because its games and everything were like really nice looking and it filled the hand more even though it was only this big. It was still like, oh, this is a good feel.
Yeah.
It was really nice. I just hate that Sony was like, we created something great. It's dead to us.
Well, no,
They just killed it, man.
Like, I think the thing with the PS Vita was that like nobody was buying that shit.
No, it sold decently well, but the problem was
Like
they
do you
didn't
know
invest
anybody
any
who
money.
owned one?
I don't.
I did, and my brother did. Yeah,
You owned one?
yeah, I liked it a lot.
Oh.
Ended up when they dropped it because they released it and then no new games came out for almost a year. It was all just remasters, and I was kind of like, I think they're just gonna kill this thing. So I sold it off, and then of course, like I remember, like 4 months later, they're like, "Oh, we're not investing in that. People don't like mobile gaming, and whatever." And I remember that's when the Switch wasn't like came out.
I think the thing with like the mobile gaming thing was that like cell phones were like chewing up into
Right. If they don't provide any quality above what you're getting on a mobile device, then there's no point.
Yeah, because they did a lot. They put all the Ninja Gaidens on there, which I really enjoyed, and they played really well. And then they put what else did they put? It was just a lot of remastered games. Like you could get all the what was it? The PlayStation 3 remaster of the first Resident Evil, but it was only remasters. There was nothing really original except for Gravity Rush, which was a great game, was lots of fun, and then they were like, oh, we're putting Gravity Rush 2 on the PlayStation 4 only, and I was like, well, it started on the Vita. And they're like, yeah, no, that's dead to us now. Like, they just dropped it. Like, they just had no need. It was like, I think the new person taking over Sony was just like, no, we're done. Because Sony dropped a lot of its extra stuff. They consolidated to just
Sony
movies,
like
games.
also tried to do like because they ported like their Vita like into like part of like their phones that they were selling, and I don't know, I just feel like they weren't big, Like,
Well, I'm
just
excited about this
Yeah.
because it looks like something that's mobile gaming that doesn't feel like mobile gaming, which I think is what people are after.
Yeah.
I think the Switch to me even still feels like mobile gaming. It's not a huge step up from
The
going
DS.
from a cell phone
Yeah.
to the Switch, but this feels like something you could actually put some serious games on.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. I just want to know what the price is because I think if you're over 400, you're it's over. It's not gonna live.
I think right now the sweet spot is like the $500 mark.
Yeah, I think it's difficult for that
As long
because
as like the first digit has a 5 on it, like I think that's probably going to be reasonable with like a lot of people. But
I think it'll just depend because it's not upgradable, and the hard part is PCs just move really quick, and it's like, oh, I want to play Red Dead Redemption on that, and it's like, well, let's say it's not going to work in a year or whatever. I don't know. I think it's just going to be difficult.
Joe distracted us by
Joe's
doing his
fucking doing Uber or something.
It's not Uber. It's like he's tracking his business expenses.
yeah, sorry.
Oh. What are you doing?
We both know that wasn't a business trip, Joe.
Was it a business trip, Joe? But
Not on camera, guys.
I was pretty excited. PlayStation gave us a generic idea of what's in there, and pretty much it's just a PC. It's got ray tracing, solid state drive.
Yeah, it's impressive. I think Intel's been working hard on their graphics card that's coming out soon, and
And that's
There's CPUs that have dedicated graphics as well. So it'll be interesting to see. I want to see benchmarks before I.
That's what I'm waiting for, because they just said what they're gonna stick in it, and they still didn't even put anything. They put just name brands, but not even which one it was. Was it last year's, this year's? You know, they just said ray tracing. I'm like, well, there's thousands of brands.
like-
you know, like what are we sticking in? I'm like, a Chinese aftermarket? Or are we sticking in, you know, Intel, or was it?
I guess we'll have to wait for like the official big
Yeah.
like.
But what's been driving me nuts is PlayStation keeps pushing back their conference, because it was supposed to happen end of December, and then they just switched it to just the video that played or whatever, and someone talked over it like Nintendo. And then they were like, oh, we're going to announce something big at this convention. And I was like, cool. And all they did was reveal the logo. And I'm like, I think you
"It's
guys
coming."
are just like, now their conference is in February. I think I read somewhere. They're like, yeah, February, they have another one. And I'm just like, either it's announced then or it's going to E3. But Sony said they didn't want to support E3 that much anymore because they were sick of it. It wasn't making them much money. They were actually losing tons of money.
Those petty little bitches.
Well, I don't blame them. Like when me and Joe went there, it was really fun. It was a good experience, but
That was fun.
how
but,
many
like,
how many things did we get to try, Joe? You got to try the Switch before I did, because I couldn't even. I was right behind Joe and Joe. They're like, here's the Switch, and Joe's like, this is great.
I was
and
like,
then
I was literally the last person.
yeah,
to,
and they kicked me out. They gave me like a pity hat
try
for
it.
sorry.
Does it say Nintendo on it?
I don't know, Joe. What did the hat say? It's Mario. It's hat.
Mario
It's the
eyes,
hat it or
the little
whatever.
Google eyes thing.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, I sold mine.
You wouldn't say that when you're there in a sea of like 1,000 people wearing them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're right.
I mean, it was fun, but it was like the games we tried. I
Chopping
got
on a
to.
churro.
I tried a Yakuza game. I forgot which one. We did Sonic, and that was okay.
Yeah, the Sega booth was
A little
like
fucking
really
letdown.
like it was like really easy to get through because like they had really nothing other.
Yeah,
than
they
Sonic.
had nothing except for the Yakuza game and Sonic and something else. I think it was some fighting game. Oh no, it was Sonic Racing. It was another Sonic game.
Though you did get into that ball pit with like all those.
The booth babes. Yeah. So they had a
Booth
contest.
babes.
They had a contest if you could play Mario Kart on different whatever. So there's the GameCube, the Wii, and then the Wii U, and then I think something else. I don't remember. But you got stuck in it and you had to just beat people. So I was like, I just like walked by and they're like, do you want to do it? And I was like, I can't do fucking anything else. Sure. So I like jumped in and like they're throwing shit at you. And I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I was like, this isn't fun. Like,
They're all like, "Are you sure?"
right. They weren't very
Something
good.
got
looking.
stuck.
They're just in slutty outfits.
They were.
Basically,
That's
were-
usually what happens.
I think I won one of those, a wireless controller for the SNES before it came out, the mini. They're like, oh yeah, here's this. And I was like, well, it's not out yet. And they're like, well, yeah, it comes out in a week. And I'm like, but if I don't get it,
This is
fucking
useless.
useless. And then I got it and then I tried to use it and it just wasn't really like, because it was an off brand. It wasn't Nintendo's exact, one they made. So it didn't work sometimes. Like I'd be trying to push a button. It wouldn't register until like 2 seconds later.
It was
And
like,
I was like,
wasn't it like it was
fuck.
like the Hori booth or whatever?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
those
like an
guys.
aftermarket booth.
The other booth was actually kind of cool because like the way they had it all set up, like they had like
And then
like
I get
these little glass things with like all their weird peripherals that they were making. Like,
I mean, it was smart, but all
do
their
you
shit
ever
products
think about
suck.
like but it's always like it's like they make like the weird stands or like the weird like car plug-in thing, like all the shit that you're just always like, man, it'd be really convenient if we had some weird thing for this like thing, and then they make it. So.
Yeah, I like their. I don't know. Their
not
products
bad.
suck, but they make what you want though. Like you'll be like, oh, this is what I want, and then they have it, and it's pretty cheap, and then you get it, and then you're kind of like, yeah, I kind of got what I paid for, man.
Did you ever want to have like your Switch on a dash mount
Yeah,
for your RV? Well, they
you
make
could
it.
buy Switches there. That was funny because I think like the Switch just released too, like right then and there.
I think it came out
Like
like
a week before or something. Like it was that the Switch was new and people couldn't even buy it, and they just had mounds of it, and they were just like you could just slowly see the pile getting low, And it was just like, wow, that's cool, whatever.
It's like
But
a Black Friday sale.
but it was like Xbox. That's when they revealed.
Dude, like Square Enix had like some really fucking awesome merch though.
They had some good ass merch, man. If it wasn't their lines were fucking killer.
No, you had to get like a fucking number and
Yeah.
then, like
You had to come back. It was on your phone, which was creative. Like I give them the props of like, so you could be on your way to the E3 and you'd be like, boom, what's my number? 55 or whatever. You'd show up and then I think there used to be just like a
No,
giant
they get-
screen or something, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, like they'd call up your number, but like they'd give you like a fucking paper, and like you'd have to like
Oh, yeah, you had to
kind
say
of
what
like
you want.
how like you do sushi at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Except it had like all their merch shit listed out on it,
Is there, you could,
and you had to like mark on each little thing, and then like hand them.
I was super mad.
yeah.
The tin, was it the metal mules that they made for alcohol? I was like, oh, I want that, and I was so last on the list. When I came up, they're like, we don't have any, and I was like, oh, I was like, that's all I fucking wanted. And they were nice enough to go, well, here's the other products, like
I got some really like awesome like
I got a bag.
or those Final Fantasy like printed screen.
Oh
things.
yeah, those were pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty.
They had
awesome.
some cool stuff, but it's like E3. I think it was
Like-
just me and Joe never got to do anything mainstream. We did all indie shit. Like we did, we did the couch one where Joe was on those new seats there in theaters where it like vibrates and does all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
4D.
You did that, was it that push-up thing? And then you ran into, what's his face from Machete?
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
I did a push-up contest, and man, I'll give props. There was some pretty in-shape people because, like, everyone you look at, I was kind of like, when they first were in there, I was like, oh yeah, I could win. And then I swear, like, they must have planted those people. There was like some people that are like, I do push-ups for fun. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I kept going, and at the time, I was with a personal trainer for over 3 months, and I was sitting there, and we got to like almost 100. My arms were shaking. I was like, I don't know where you came from, but there's no fucking way that you were like.
I've been a Marine.
That's what I was
Well,
expecting.
Like, I don't know. It's like you have like a sea of like really nerdy, out of shape guys, and then like clearly there's like a small handful of like guys who hit the gym like hardcore
Yeah.
ladder.
But there was no way they did push-ups because I don't know. One guy, I
don't know.
swear,
I
because
think
when he won, he was like, because I think I got in the top 3 because I got like a shirt and some stuff. I don't remember, but I was just always like, when they won, I was like, how much do you bet that was like one of their buddies they just brought in and were like, hey, you want a free like really fucking nice ass controller? Just got out push up all these nerds. Because I could see that because he fucking was pro. Like he was doing a lot, and I was like, you had to be military.
He does push-ups for a living.
Yeah,
No, I
He
do-
goes from town to town winning competitions off these fucking nerds.
probably. I mean,
No, like,
it surprised me. People were eliminated quick. It was funny. Like one really big guy's like, I could do this. I was like, dude, you're pushing like easy 250 plus of weight. It's like, I'm not being, be that mean, but here's the truth. We have to do over 100 to even be qualified.
I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to go this year. I feel because with PS5, the new Xbox, whatever.
See,
There's some exciting
And then,
stuff.
like-
I think
this
it's
year.
just
And then I guess like Nintendo's rumored for their like Switch
the big
Pro.
Switch Pro. Yeah, I'm not interested in going back for a long time just because
You didn't
unless
like
we
it, Los Angeles, that's the only thing.
Los Angeles does annoy me. I just didn't like that. There was a lot of things I wanted to try, but the lines were really shitty, not done correctly. Like the Nintendo line, it took me and Joe probably a couple minutes to find the end of the line. Like I was like, where does it end? The guy's like, oh, over here. And then we went over there, and they're like, no, the end of the line's over here. They like cut it off and moved it over, and they kept they would cut lines and they would move them like across the hall or something, and that would be the end of the line. And it just, I think they have a lot to learn, and hopefully they're learning for the next couple years. But unless we had
But it's been like
Unless
what 5
media-
years now?
4.
4 years?
There's just too many nerds to get through those lines, dude.
Well, they allowed 20,000 people.
I think we should just do it.
I go this. Nope.
I wish we would have gone to CES. That would actually
That'd
be
have
fun.
been
CES would be cool.
See, but I want to go when
You know
we
what
have
we should do
press
is
pass.
go to what's that cinema thing out in Las Vegas.
I don't know.
Oh,
We should do it.
Oh, the
because-
camera
the
show?
camera.
Yeah. with
Camera
like-
and lighting show. It's fuck. I know what you're talking about. It's like it's like broadcasters.
Yeah, it's in March or April.
It's like Broadcasters Networking Association. That doesn't sound right. Something like that.
Look
though.
it up. We
Yeah.
should go this year because it's
No, only if we have press pass, I'll go back to E3. Just because the press people got to kind of cut.
It's like a fast pass.
Yeah, because like there was one point where I was about to play one of the new Final Fantasy games. I was like, oh, I'm about to play, and the guy's like, oh, we have press people, they have to go first, and they cut me, and I was like, well, they have a job. Like, I'm not gonna get mad. Like, their job is to try these things and try to review them as quick as possible. So I wasn't like angry, but it was annoying that like every time I showed up, sometimes a press person would go over me, or there's special press rooms that they would go in and get to try all these games. And I was like
Sony had like these really sweet looking press rooms.
yeah, they were fucking awesome.
They're like mini living rooms.
Yeah, they had like a fridge and everything so that
Yeah.
they could drink and do whatever they wanted. And they got to try all the games that were on display that we had to wait lines for.
It's cool.
Yeah.
How
And
much is a press pass? Like triple what you paid?
you don't pay anything because you're giving them the free market.
Fuck!
Why doesn't our channel have like more subscribers so we can get the press pass?
You need the press pass. Because, yeah, you have to submit.
As long as we show up with a camera, technically we are press.
yeah, they just.
make like fun IDs that work.
We just have to wear suits and stack two on top of each other.
Some of the people there definitely like where the press people were all like, you knew they were press. Like, they came in looking like shit and like they've been there all day yesterday and then they're about to be here all day again and they went out and drank too
They're
much.
just drinking heavily all weekend.
That's all they were doing. I like the one press person that me and Joe made. He was like throwing a fit. And it was funny because he was like, there's too many of these people. I'm not getting all the things I want to review. They should just let us in an hour early. I was throwing this whole bitch fit
Oh, yeah,
about
that
it.
dude.
And then it was funny. I don't know if we asked or someone else asked. They're like, oh, what type of press did you review? He's like, oh, I did Game Boy Advance games. He's like, I do all the like DS games and stuff.
No. Like they weren't even like press. They were like those fucking like game reviewer people.
Yeah.
Like,
IGN.
No, they were like way below those people.
No, you know when they're like developing games and then they
review them.
like
Oh.
beta tester type
Yeah.
people. That's what they were.
That's
like
pretty much-
they
yeah.
weren't like
Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm a
and that's how they were
beta
acting.
tester.
And it was funny because then I don't know if Joe talked to him. There's this really
his, like,
nice,
girlfriend was like weird as shit too.
there's this nice older guy next to us. And he was real nice and he didn't care. He's like, they might not let you in. This was supposed to be a press line. I was like, oh, they didn't tell us. And he goes, oh, well, I'd probably just walk through. There's no way they're going to stop like all 5,000 of you or whatever, pretty much. Because there was a fuck ton of us that were in the wrong
I
line.
don't know, it was like all the security people didn't give a shit.
They didn't
the
give a
doors open.
fuck.
They're like,
They just went like this, show your badge. And he just walked up.
it was like as long as you had something around your neck,
Yeah.
they're just like whatever.
That's all we got to do. I got tons of
go,
press
just keep going.
passes from other shit I had to shoot. So we can just walk in. It has a Lexus lanyard on it, and we can just show our press badge. Or
Yeah.
I have a couple from like alcohol shows.
Yeah, but the guy ended up being like for IGN or something because I remember talking to him, and then one day I saw a review where someone was talking, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's that guy." I was like, that guy was bigger name than all those people bragging, and he didn't give a fuck. He's just like, "Fuck you guys."
That's usually how it is.
Yeah.
People are like, "How dare you? Don't you know who I am?" And then the people that are actually somebody don't really.
Give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't really talk that much.
He's real nice. He's there with like his kid or something.
So I guess some of the big stuff that they showed off there, a motion pillow.
Oh, this is CES this year.
CES this year.
Let's see.
It's it has like a little, I don't know. does it
It's a
have?
lot of these are dumb products that sometimes don't go to the public.
Did you see the pillow that has a tail and wags at you?
Yeah, that's fucking weird. But did you?
There's a robot that like can pick stuff up and like walk around. It looks like a human. It's very creepy.
Some crazy ass new trash can thing.
Very
Was it
technologically
made by Apple?
advanced. It looks like it.
And
Might
they're
as
in
well
their
have been.
sweatshots that
It can sense when garbage is. What does that
Stinky.
say? It can sense
Full.
when garbage is overflowing and seals the bag automatically, reducing odors. Once you remove the bag, another one replaces it automatically.
dude, that'd be fucking great.
Would it? How much
which
would
one-
that change your life for $250?
Oh,
you know that shit's like $500.
Yeah.
not for
Got like
that
a
price.
$449.
Like maybe 70, I'd do that.
Yeah.
because it has a touch screen on it.
I'm sure it'll. Yeah.
It'll get cheaper. Well, it's just like
yeah.
oh, I don't know if I sent it. There was a I think it was LG or Samsung released a rival already that was cheaper to the Apple's new screen.
The
the-
6K.
Yeah, I don't know
OLED?
what's that name.
Oh, it's WDR or something.
Yeah, I couldn't remember its name off the top of my head.
It's 6K.
But Samsung
wide
and LG,
dynamic range, I think.
They're like, yeah, we kind of built a rival, and it's like a little cheaper, and they're already coming out with rivalries.
It's the 6K, Apple 6K Pro something.
Yeah. But yeah. And then LG for some reason made a $60,000 TV that's the size of like a house. I don't know what it's for. I'm pretty sure it was to show off because it's going to the 2020 Olympics. That's all I can see its benefit in.
Well, these competitors release stuff to compete with Apple, but it's never as good as Apple's.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why can no one beat Apple?
A lot of people
Tell me why, Casey.
beating them. I think it's just
Tell me why, Casey.
they make the cheaper side of it. So, because
They make knockoffs of Apple.
I wouldn't even say knockoffs. A lot of them are great products. I think it's just like Apple's
Are
always
they
been
are they
viewed.
great?
Apple's always been viewed as.
What's it called,
I
Joe?
don't know. Well, I'm trying to find. Was it LG? Right?
I don't know who made it. I just saw that they had a picture of it and they said that was the screen to be rivaling them.
Yeah, it's obviously not news because Google hasn't even like.
There's lots of TVs, lots of screens.
Yeah, there's
8K just got.
Yeah, I was like,
8K's getting a big boost.
because that's
Yeah.
because LG announced their TVs for the 2020 Olympics and they look amazing and they're massive. You know, they're
They're
size of
75.
houses.
I think the smallest 8K television is 75 inches.
Yeah,
So you're gonna need a. Well, you have a big TV. How big is
big
your
one.
TV?
that's a true.
If I move out
it's a
this
true
year,
70.
let's invest in a.
It's a true
in an
70,
8K.
I believe.
I think that is a poor use of your funds.
But
You say that until you see the
You're just
display.
alone in a white room with an 8K television, just like,
Sitting
oh
on the
my
floor."
god, with a switch plugged into it. You fucking.
no. Joe finally bought Star Wars. I saw Joe on his PlayStation, so he'll only play Star Wars. But once he beats that, he'll go back to Pokemon and 8K.
What else? HP is coming out with a laptop that has a built-in 5G wireless.
Oh yeah, 5G's coming.
Yep, 5G's coming.
So there's short band and long band. Do you know the difference?
Isn't like
So, like, I don't really know the difference either, but I think shortwave, you can get up to 1 gigabit a second, but the range on those antennas is not good. So
because
you
I'd
have to
assume
be-
it's got to be like those block things people get of 5G, like Netgear cells, you know, where it's the portable Wi-Fi.
No, not
No?
exactly. You have to be near a
fucking
tower to get 5G up to 1 gigabit, but 5G long wave is it has way more range, and it's almost double the speed of what we have on 4G, which is pretty nice still. But you can like drive around and use it. But different companies are going different routes. Verizon's going long wave, and so is AT&T. And then someone's trying to do shortwave first, which seems backwards. But they're gonna have higher speeds, but it's not gonna be available everywhere.
Yeah. Also, T-Mobile is being dissolved into Sprint.
Sprint.
So,
Yeah, well, fuck
this
Sprint.
year, so
Sprint's the fucking worst. If you have Sprint, get your life together.
It's me and Joe. I was like, Adobe and Joe have Sprint. Because we used to have Verizon and we used to bitch about those a lot.
How is Sprint treating you guys?
they're good.
I think it's better than Verizon. Verizon fucking was horrible. I used to just get fined everything.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Verizon was
that was my only
notorious.
problem with like Verizon was there was
Like
a
a
lot
fine.
of nickel and diming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, yeah, you're 130, and I'd be like, okay, and it'd be like 150. I'd be like, where's this like magic other $20? And they'd be like, oh,
Oh, it's some weird fucking random fee.
Where I live,
Yeah.
where I live on the west side, if you don't have Verizon, you don't get service.
do you get service over there, Joe?
I don't know.
At my house,
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to check next time.
all right.
Because Sprint's actually pretty cheap
Fuck Sprint, dude.
for what I get.
Get your life together.
Well, now it's we're
Got
gonna
a free
go.
year of Disney Plus.
They're gonna fine you for that. You just don't know it.
Yeah, probably. Oh well.
Secretly,
Speaking of-
they are charging you. For it.
Right. Because speaking
Like,
of the
it's
Disney
just a
Plus,
$400 bill.
Oh, and I can get the Razor. You guys can't get the Razor, can you?
oh, the flip. No, we can buy it off Motorola, but we have to buy it.
You have to buy an
outright.
unlocked one.
Yeah.
For more expansive. I can get a payment plan on one.
Uh,
Even though it's last year's specs.
What the hell's this like
Last gen
Razer
specs.
Tomahawk gaming
Oh.
case?
Oh, the Razer Tomahawk
fucking-
gaming case. It
that
looks
thing
pretty
looks
cool.
fucking cool.
It looks a
I was
little bit
curious-
cool.
That's what I was about to ask. I was just about to ask if you.
So what it
It's-
is a fully modular gaming PC, and that term gets thrown around quite a bit. But basically, all you need to do is add a graphics card, whatever graphics card you can
Yeah.
afford.
It's pretty much like a Lego build set is the best way I can think about it because everything looked like it snapped in the video really easily. It was
Right.
all pretty
So-
self-contained and what it looked about this big, you'd say.
It's like a shoebox
Yeah,
size.
Yeah, it looks like about the size of a shoebox.
yeah. It's kind of
And-
difficult to get an idea.
Size 13.
And what it comes in is there's basically two parts to it. There's part of it that contains the motherboard, CPU, and RAM. And that's all in one module that you stick in, and it's compared to higher end gaming laptops. And then you pick the graphics card. So basically, you can upgrade your graphics card, but if you want to upgrade your motherboard, CPU, and
You
RAM,
have to buy a whole new.
it's a whole nother thing. So it's two things that snap in. It looks pretty exciting.
I think it looks promising. I think it looks nicer because, as you've experienced when building a PC, man, there's a fuck ton of shit you gotta do.
I think it's kind of satisfying, but for something that's this tiny, it's pretty exciting because then you can run it in your living room on a TV, or
Yeah.
I
On
think
that
it's
8K TV.
yeah on that.
That's
8K
a lot of
TV.
fucking stress on that little thing. Holy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
but you have the ability to put in
Yeah.
a 2080 Titan.
That's true.
You can just put a
True.
huge graphics card in there, and then basically a game in 8K. Maybe
I was like,
you can't put dual. It's not even a real product yet. It's a
a-
prototype.
yeah, it's like it's in concept, I think is what they said or something.
Yeah, there's no front-facing I/O yet, but it does look exciting. I think it's kind of cool.
I think it looks cool. I think it was just nice when I saw it. I was like, I'm glad it's not releasing now because I'd be pissed. I'd be like, fuck, I have a gaming PC and I want that more now.
Yeah.
I'd be like, who wants this gaming PC?
It's
400.
It's slick, small. I think I might down the road get one just to have in my living room and play like with a keyboard and mouse on the couch. That'd be fun.
I think I would like to downsize it just because it'd just be nice not having to have a giant thing on the ground. It'd be nice to put it like on my
the
desk.
That's what I
That's-
did a mini ATX build so I could put it on my desk.
Yeah. I did a.
the Samsung like camera ball thing.
Oh yeah, there's a little robot that has a camera. It looks like a yellow tennis ball, and it follows you around and tracks you, and that's about all it does because it's a ball.
The Kardashians will use that to do their whole life from.
Oh God.
Or do you think there's going to be like weird kink things or people like talk to you like a dog?
Don't
but
wear a
it's
skirt.
ASMR,
Don't
right?
wear a skirt around that robot rolling around on the ground.
Well, that's why they have all the ladies wearing pants.
Yeah, they're all wearing like pajama bottoms so they can't get pervy in the commercial. And it's playing with the dog. It looks like a little BB-8, but without the little top part.
Yeah,
I wonder if that was like their original
Intention.
like. Disney, hop on that. I want an actual.
They did have a BB-8. It's at Best Buy, but it's worth a fuck ton
So
of
what
money.
does it do, Joe? I don't
know,
really
I'm like-
understand. Oh, it can control. It's a smart home, basically.
Yeah,
So it
it's just a
controls
smart
the
home.
Roomba, it controls your lights, it can follow your dog around.
Yeah, I don't know what it's for.
Well, I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool. Like, you know, you're like on a way. Like, I wonder what the fuck the dog's up to.
And you just have a remote control camera that goes around your house to check on your dog.
It's like those things aren't practical unless you have a big apartment that's flat or a house that's pretty much flat.
Oh, you have stairs in your place.
Yeah, fucking things can go up. You know,
You
can't
can
go
just get
upstairs.
you can just get the robot that looks like a human and
Yeah, the
fuck your
little-
girlfriend. Just kidding, guys. That's not what it's
But,
for.
There was good Disney Plus news. It's Joe's favorite news.
Disney Plus, yay!
Yeah, the actor that played in The Mandalorian. What's her name?
Gina Carano.
Is that the ex wrestler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
I just like her tweets. I just put it in there. She was like, yeah, she's like, I got choked out so hard on the Yoda scene, I passed out.
She was choking herself, just FYI.
That's hot.
And then she was just like making fun of like Baby Yoda, like all the memes or whatever. And they were just like, oh, how was it being choked? She's like, oh, I passed out. Like, was all in this whole like universe of fans trying to get information out of her. So she just like fills it in with bullshit. And then my favorite part is, so she's making fun of all the fans, but everyone's just like, yeah, but someone made like a like kind of making fun of her type comment or whatever, I forgot. And then she goes, it's okay, I know his real name. And I was like, oh, Baby Yoda has a name. She confirmed it. Like,
Ooh, she's stirring up spoilers.
Yeah.
Nerds are eating that shit up.
they were. I just liked reading her like, this is what Baby Yoda did
Not
to
me. They.
I've seen your search history.
Baby Yoda porn.
What's going on with Baby Yoda? Is it a reincarnation? What the fuck is it?
You know what they should do is like, you know how they have those like panda cams and stuff like that? At,
Do a
like,
Yoda
zoos?
cam.
Like a little baby Yoda cam.
Oh yeah,
That'd be fucking
they just
fun.
have a
Fucking make
break the internet on a live Baby Yoda cam.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I would probably. What would you think would it do? Would it randomly like pick shit up or something? Like some dude randomly dressed in the Mandalorian clothes just picks it up and changes its diaper and puts it back in. You
It
know,
would just fiddle with stuff.
just has that ball.
Yeah,
from
the ball. It'll be waving at the camera. There'll be a droid kind of taking care of it.
And you could literally cycle probably the same 10 animation type things and people would fucking love it.
Yeah, they would just leave it on their 8K TVs all day.
Yeah. Joe would.
Disney Plus.
This is
get
when he
on
grabs
that.
the ball.
That's like probably the best thing you could do to show off. So the thing with 8K, like everything's moving towards streaming, right?
Yeah.
The only way you're going to be able to output 8K stuff is to have physical media
You have to.
or like have it saved to your hard drive. And even then, hardware is like not even going to be able to keep up with it.
Streaming just can't produce it correctly. And because I know Netflix tried it.
Unless you have like gigabit internet, which is like the fastest shit coming from Google.
Yeah. It's like, I wish Google had already come out here. They were supposed to make a contract with CenturyLink.
Google Fiber. But CenturyLink's doing it on their own now. I just don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be
It's not going to be as good, but it was like, that was the original plan. So they were going to work together. I was excited. I was like, cool, I already have CenturyLink because they're
Yeah,
okay.
now I have to move to like Orlando to get Google Fiber.
It's only in Texas and like California and Orlando.
There's
I
a
think.
few more cities where it's going.
It's going. I know some of them are just in Starbucks only, though.
What?
Just
Yeah.
move next door to a Starbucks and like, you know, tap their line.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just live in the back closet. I have the fastest internet.
Just have your whole like setup in there, like
An 8K TV. You're like 4 inches from it.
Having that new portable PC.
Yeah.
Slunk.
Yeah. I don't even think that thing is going to be able to generate 8K. You're going to need like dual GTX 2080 Titans.
Those things are already like probably twice the size of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But I think if gigabit internet really catches on, and CenturyLink doesn't kerfuffle it, which is quite possible that they're just
There's no other. Well, I mean, the benefit is there's not a lot of competition. I mean,
yeah, everyone has a monopoly on it until
Yeah.
Google
Yeah.
comes in.
because it's just what Xfinity, CenturyLink, and then is DirecTV got their own?
DirecTV is
DirecTV,
owned by AT&T.
Okay.
yeah, but they do have like a wireless internet thing.
Yeah, right. I
that
thought so.
kind of works.
I've known people that have it, and it's like hot fucking garbage.
It's not too bad. It depends where you are. Like
Yeah.
you really have to be in a good location.
Well, it's
for
just
it.
like when it snows. That's the thing that drives me nuts. When it snowed, everyone's like, my internet connection got so. I'm like, fucking hot
is
garbage.
like, you know, turning more towards like an online service versus their satellite stuff.
I don't know. I don't have them or screw with them.
We had
I don't know.
who was it? It was
No,
some.
it's not even DirecTV anymore. It's like AT&T something shit now.
It was some antenna that we put on top of our building at my old job
Looking this up.
that we got internet from,
I think
and it was
that's
actually pretty
DirecTV.
good. It
Well, I think
wasn't
you can get
DirecTV.
satellite. There's satellite companies.
Well, it was pointed towards an antenna that was on Cheyenne Mountain.
Oh, yeah. Companies get that. Radio stations do that. That's what I don't know if that's like a company or if that's like a business thing.
I don't know, but we got pretty good internet there. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
From what I remember. Joe's looking up the specs on DirecTV. I don't think it's actually DirecTV that does internet. It's some other company that does like the antenna internet.
I was like, I don't know.
I'm looking.
I don't do any of that. It's got to be grounded in the ground for me because that's faster.
It's got to be fiber. It's more reliable. Actually,
It is.
cable's faster, but right now at least. And then fiber is going. Fiber is faster, but it's not right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was like, because it's not everywhere, and they're trying to like CenturyLink told me I could get the fiber one in my apartment.
Needs more fiber.
Because they're like,
We
you could
have
run it-
fiber. It's just coming in at 1.2 megs a second, which
Yeah.
is fucking awful.
Because that's how it was for my apartment. It was like, they're like, you have it. And then I was like, cool. And then they tested it. It was like 2. And I was like, I'm currently doing better with
Yeah.
like my fucking 60.
It's bizarre. I don't really
Cox.
know what's going on.
Cox.
Cox? Oh, this is all the internets?
I guess so. Yeah.
Quest. Aren't they one still? Or is that owned by DirecTV?
Quest?
There used to be an internet company
I think
called
they're
Quest.
I think they're owned by
That's the
CenturyLink.
phone book
Oh.
company, dog.
No, there used to be like a Quest something. They used to just be hot garbage.
Spectrum.
Windstream, Optimum.
I think Frontier is the one that does the antenna.
6 megabytes.
That's pretty okay, I guess. It's pretty mediocre.
Meh.
Oh well.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah. I want gigabit internet, dog.
That
I
Quiet
want
Place
5G
2.
in my house.
Come on, aren't you excited for it?
Quiet Place 2 can suck my weenus.
I know you're really excited for it secretly inside.
Did you watch Lose?
No, not yet.
There's a German horror movie on Shudder right now called Lose. Luz. It's fucking amazing. But I'm not excited for this. They showed I don't know. I need to give the first one another chance, but I did not like it.
I liked it. I thought it was unique and different.
No.
It's a fun little monster flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like the
He just doesn't like CGI.
My only issue with the
I don't
whole
like
movie
CGI and
was like the
fucking
very
movie.
like last like scene of like the movie where they're all like in the basement and she has like the shotgun and she does like the cocking like let's get out of here, you know, type of shit. I'm
Yeah.
just like
Well, the original plan wasn't to do a sequel, but it did
but
so
overall
well.
like
yeah,
I
they're
enjoyed
just
it.
it's a money grab.
I think it's like what drove me nuts is why are they leaving when they killed the monsters around that area so they could actually live a little
They
better?
didn't kill the monsters in that area.
Yeah, they did.
No, they kind of like just killed the monsters in their immediate area, but I
Yeah.
think they kind of like fill in.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. They really didn't explain that. The trailer looked good. Like it shows people before then, like right when the
Yeah.
incident started,
Yeah.
and it. I don't know. It looked interesting because I was hoping that's where they would go is more the past because I want to see how the fuck we didn't come up with just like blasting loud sound at any point, you know, to these monsters.
That's my issue is the whole premise seems like there's workarounds everywhere. Or they're like doing stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they just like accidentally like when the creatures showed up on Earth just kind of killed the sound expert scientists on the planet.
Yeah.
Well, this looks like
I am a sound expert. If I can play a stereo at full blast in my house, I'll just leave Evanescence on repeat and fucking walk around town.
I don't know. The trailer looked good. Like it just showed it was a normal day, which I kind of like. It wasn't like a meteor or something hit. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't anything where. Because I always say when movies when they're like we made a prequel, whatever prequel sequel deal, and then
Yeah.
they're like a giant meteor hit fucking Washington somehow, and then monsters came from it, and you're just like,
Kind of
that's
seems very
like,
Cloverfield.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
yeah.
But Cloverfield had like a good, like it felt good.
What do you mean
movie
it felt
didn't-
good? I got sick watching that.
I liked it though.
Hold on. Where's the monster? Let me look at the ground.
Everyone,
Hold on. I'm doing Cloverfield.
The acting was amazing. I don't like Emily Blunt. They showed the monster in the first 10 minutes. You don't do that. Like, there's just too many things about that movie that I just like. I want to not like it.
He just doesn't like it because it's mainstream.
It's mainstream. I'm hipster as fudge, dude. No, it's not that good. It's not for me. Maybe it's just not for me.
Maybe if like the creatures were like Catholic demonic
Yeah, maybe if they spoke
ghost
Spanish
ladies.
and it made people's eyes change different colors and like
They
choke
have like
people
long
out.
black hair over their
Yeah,
face.
something like that would definitely get me into it. But because they're giant aliens and Emily Blunt's in it, I'm not gonna give it another chance.
And it's got your favorite character from The Office.
Oh yeah,
Jim's prank went too far this time.
Jim Halpert. What's his real name?
John Krasinski. I believe.
Trajikaczynski. He was good in that war movie.
Oh. Is it 13 hours? Was that one it? Right?
Yeah, 13 hours.
It was 13. I had to think about it because Chris Pratt was in one too, and I think he was in the really boring one about killing Osama bin Laden. What was it
Which
called?
one?
Zero Dark 30.
That was a good
That was a
movie.
good movie.
Dude, so much politics. And then it was like, I don't know.
It was historically accurate, but I like John Krasinski. I don't like his movie. I'm sorry.
He's going to go all Jack Ryan on you now.
Yeah, let him.
Or is it Jack Reacher?
Yeah, it's Jack Ryan.
I thought so. Because there's that Jack Reacher too.
Oh, nobody cares about Tom Cruise's shitty movies.
Uh-oh, guys, we're getting battery warnings. 'Cause
Uh-oh.
I just realized that we didn't put the other batteries back in before we started.
That one said it was full when I plugged them in.
Yeah, I don't know which batteries you put in, but
Clearly not the juiced up ones.
not the juiced up ones. Do you guys want to pause for a second and just replace the batteries?
I mean, we could just wrap up. There's nothing else to talk about.
What do you mean
We just got Godzilla.
Game of Thrones. There's Batman.
Well, the Batman was just the vehicle.
Hulk news.
All right.
No.
Well, either way,
okay.
I'm going to stop it and put new batteries in.
All right.
So now we're done.
Are we done? Or do we want to keep talking?
We can call it good.
Are you sure?
Because then wouldn't that throw off the editing?
No, not really. We just do a
cut.
yeah. And we're back.
And
Well,
we're
unless he
back.
just keeps it going, like while he changes the batteries.
Oh, yeah, we could. Just yell at the camera.
Just yell at it.
Just yell at the camera, guys.
It's already almost at an hour. We can just wrap a little early. We'll just talk about the 2 news next week. Because I don't think anything exciting is going to happen this
We're
week.
going to pick it up this next week?
Yeah.
What do you mean next week we're gonna be talking about
This
the
is all going to be in, guys. We have to make a decision now.
Just wrap it up.
Wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up.
Wrap it up.
We're wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up because
Oh,
of the
no.
dead battery.
2020, guys.
2020.
New year, new me.
New year,
Be
new
a very
mistakes.
exciting year.
Just horrible, horrible podcast every week. All
Right.
Bye.